I am here with my smartphone. I forgot I had it. I was running out of space. And now I have this. I like to model in a playful way. I probably should stop that, right? No. I should save it for someone special. No, I like being a girl. Girls are, it's fun. Clothing. Carefree spirit. I like everything about being a girl. Whether somebody would say realistically or not, I would say no, mentally I am, and I love it. Femininity. It's beautiful. I wanted to show you something quick. I was at Kroger's on my other camera, and I mentioned that was the first grocery store that Catherine drove me to. I was hoping to show some of the inside. I was hoping to show some of the neighborhood. I forgot I had a smartphone. I wish I would remember. Will you help me remember that I have a smartphone? Anyway, I was discussing to myself when I came outside how when I go in public, like with Catherine, or other people in general that I care about, how sad. Forgive me if that upsets you for mentioning about being a transsexual female. Not everybody wants people to know. If it does, please contact me and be nice, and we'll work something out. If there's something that I say, it depends on many reasons. What I wanted to share with you. When I go in public, I'm having fun. I'm lost in the moment with the people I'm with. I love to be in public with other transsexual females, other kind people, romantic men, gentlemen, people in general. When other people come by and they have a tendency to either laugh at me or laugh at people I'm with, I try hard not to let that ruin the moment. But at times, let's be honest, it hurts. A little bit. You don't want to give people the power. God's word is a shield. The thing is, you don't want the person to say, you know what, I don't want to go in public with you anymore because it's easy to be spotted with you, meaning they notice I'm a transsexual, for instance. I'm okay being a transsexual, and I'd like to be around people that are okay with it. Because sometimes that does happen, and I don't want to lose people I care about, or moments of going through a grocery store in public, because somebody else acknowledged. I gotta admit, I like to say that I kind of, maybe, mastered the art of blending in a majority of the time. Maybe because I'm sneaky. Am I sneaky? I think I'm sneaky. I learned that off of a movie. Now here's the thing, check this out. When I was being from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, one of my biggest inspirations was Mr. Hershey, who started in a basement. And you have to look it up online if you want to learn more about him, with what they share. He was big into helping the local community of children, providing education, a very well-established intellectually school for use. I don't know what to say about that. I never investigated it solely, but it was an inspiration to me. The kind of person that I would like to be was often found in Hershey, but not for the same reasons. And one of my dreams as a child was, of course, I wanted to play Hershey Stadium, Hershey Arena, and maybe even inside Hershey. They have an amphitheater. I love their chocolate very much. And it's hard to compete with people from Pennsylvania that really love Hershey Kisses. And I like the very plain milk bar chocolate, which is very thin, really. And I always thought it was cute because they have little Hershey bars connected to make a bigger Hershey bar. The tour of Hershey chocolate was always exciting. There was never a dull time going through it. I was always with people I cared about, usually. I don't know if I ever went through it alone or not. I think most of the time I was with people I cared about. And it was a trip for me to go there with other people. And I have nothing bad to say. The ride was free. It's free entertainment just to drive up. I liked walking across the big parking lot as I stared at the stadium and the arena every time I went to Hershey. And I remembered and reflected back on a lot of rock concerts that I seen there. That was the place to go. Closest to where I lived, like 15-20 minutes away. And I had a lot of memory in the parking lot, not just going into the concert, but actually in the parking lot. I would have liked to be all me right now in the parking lot with somebody special. There are a lot of people special. And here's the thing, check this out. I'm not a big party animal, okay? I'm not. I like to have fun now. Now here's the thing, in my way, I'm naturally high. And by the way, in life, the Spirit of God, happiness. You know, I'm here at a place that I never thought in my whole life, and I don't like to say this, I'm not comparing, okay? But I loved Hershey specifically, and I liked other stuff as well. But Hershey chocolate was very creamy on my tongue. It's creamy. And I went there a lot. Hershey Park, Hershey Chocolate World, a lot of times. Concerts. I worked there. I realized there that at 17 that I didn't want, I guess, some kind of just normalcy job. Because I want normalcy as there was more in my life, in my heart, that I really wanted to do. And but I did have fun when I worked there. Water rides, of course. Goddess of water. That's me. Check it out. I met Michael the first day of employment at Walmart. And I stood up at the cash register. Now, here's what you gotta realize. He loved to be romantic with me and treat me to things like, he knew I liked white Zinfandel wine. It was my favorite. He knew I at least was in struggle to eat healthy, so he knew I wanted to be more of a vegetarian, vegan kind of personality, the food that I would eat. I did, and I still do eat a little bit of meat. I don't feel guilty of it. It's just that, you know, I really feel good when I'm a vegetarian, and vegan especially. My energy levels change a lot, and I'm really happy. When I see healthy food, what I perceive as healthy, my eyes light up. Like I know that's what I want. Whether or not I'm disciplined to it is another story. We're working on things every day. Now here's the thing. America has a lot to offer, right? You know, now here's the thing. Hershey chocolate was my favorite. Creamy chocolate. Now, for the first time when I met Michael, he told me that I have something for you specifically to try. It's a treat. It was Esther Price. You're coming back. And I tell you, he got me a box of assorted chocolates. At that time, I made it very clear that I like low calories and preferably fat-free. Sugar-free. It's not necessarily the sugar I have to work with. And what I realized, this candy store has amazing jelly beans, all sorts of assorted. I love jelly beans a lot. I used to like the black ones a lot when I was a kid. As I transitioned, I like fruity ones a lot. Like the Skittle type ones, if you will. I like fruity ones. assorted. Not necessarily the hot ones either. I used to like the red hot ones a lot. And now it's just fruity. I like assorted jelly beans, all kinds of them. But he gave me assorted chocolates. And I really appreciated that. I don't know if it was sugar-free. I try to stay away from large volumes of sugar. Or is it fat-free? I try to keep my calories low too as well. So anyway, Esther Price. And I like the name Esther. If I remember, was there, let me ask you something. It's been a long time since I read the Holy Bible. Is there a book of Esther? Or is there somebody mentioned in the Bible by the name of Esther? I like the name Esther for some reason a lot. So let's go in really quick. I don't want to use up too much of the video here. Esther Price Candies in Dayton, Ohio. Which, no wait, they might be closed now. We'll find out. Let's look over here. Can you see it? And I really like this part. Look how they treat you when you walk in with Esther Price fine chocolate. Now it's one way that you can walk down. Pretend here. Look at this. Look. Footsteps. Painted on like that. I like that. It's pretty cute. Anyway, Michael brought me here at some point, and I also love flowers. Flowers. Do you think they would be upset if I took one from my hair? I'm not encouraging it, okay? Beautiful, aren't they? I like to put flowers in my hair. Ever since I came out here to Ohio, I like to put flowers in my hair. Is there an outbreak of people putting flowers in their hair again? Maybe, especially in show business, kid. It's like they're all copies. It's loud. Anyway, let's see what the hours are. Summer hours. I don't necessarily know how to use this, okay? This is summer hours. 8 to 5:30 p.m. 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday. Together, closed Sunday. Summer hours. They have all kinds of assorted candy. And can I tell you, I guess, do they make it here? I think they do, right? And this is their store. Absolutely outstanding. I don't want to tell you that I highly recommend anything, but I gotta tell you, in a competitive world that we live in, very seldom, I try all kinds of candy, and I like all kinds of company candy throughout my life. Homemade candy especially. Fudge, brownies, cookies, all kinds of stuff, cake. I try not to do so much of it anyway. Here's the thing. Very seldom would I ever say that anything competes. How's that? Sorry, Richie. It's not better. It's just that now you have competition. Esther Price candy. I like it. Thank you, Michael, if you ever see this. I don't know if he's still around.
Hi, how are you? I talked to my friends along in my driveway. Missed it.
You all missed it. Closed. Now here's the thing, check this out. So, Michael brought me here. I got to go through, and I picked out jelly beans this time. And I really loved them. Assorted. Very, very good. I don't know if they were sugar-free or not. Or light on it, fat-free, something. But that's usually what I gravitate. I look for stuff like that, low calories and stuff like that. Nevertheless, I went to his house a lot and in town, and I'll show you. I used to dream and fantasize about living in Las Vegas, being a showgirl. I was pregnant. Do you remember those photos? I was pregnant with a dream. The rock and roll ministry. I told him someday, I don't know how, but you're going to see me down there, 11 floors down on Main Street, in an RV. And I'm going to open up the sunroof and I'm going to sit on top and wave to you. Told you I did it. I could do it in my car. Please don't arrest me if I do that. I'm just pretending. I don't want to hurt anyone or upset anyone. So, that's it. Still price candy. Dayton, Ohio. Oh, I like it. If you are okay with eating candy, you have children that love candy, can I tell you something? I would most certainly highly recommend that you give it a shot. Come and check out the store. There's all kinds of variety. Now, can I ask you something? Do you think maybe I earned a flower? Or keep it pointed this way. You didn't hear that, okay? Nobody heard that. You didn't see it. You don't know it. Do you smell it? Forgive me. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, officer. Will you tell them that? Please don't do that, children. If I had a beautiful home with flowers, as much as I'm for life, I would say, in a bed of flowers, if these flowers would bring you moments of joy while their time was left, feel free to pick one or two. Put it in your hair. Keep it with you. Give them a smell. Love them. Appreciate them. That's why they're here. Specifically. I love to put flour in my hair often. Especially when I first came out here. I used to say, someday, maybe, maybe not. We can always get an artificial flower maybe that looks real, smells good. Right? I have ideas for smelly flowers for the hair. You know, they're long scented. You know, I think that would be really cool. What do you think? Scented flowers for the hair? They're long term. Are they battery operated? Who do you think will invent it? Do you think they'd invent it out of greed? Do you think they're invented because they hear me? Do you think they're invented to bring joy to the lives of others? Is it safe? I hope so. Natural. Nature. It's not always safe. There could have been a bee in here, right? Stinging me. might be allergic to it. I hope not. Please no. I don't want to be allergic to it. Do you forgive me? I love flowers. Beautiful flowers. I would like to have a flower fixture maybe in my studio at times, but maybe not real flowers. Ones that look nice. Realistic. Same with a flower in the hair. I used to say, someday I'll either have flowers on my table or put one in my hair as I go about my day. Or maybe just before I'm ready to go on stage. Or put one at the headstock of my guitar. Or maybe somebody will help me put it in my hair. I haven't worn a flower in my hair for quite a while. It smells really good. Esther Price. I'm sorry. I would like to say someday you could send me the bill. Maybe someday I'll receive an email that says, consider yourself lucky. You have been forgiven. You're gonna forgive me, right? I'm sorry. I haven't worn a flower in my hair for years. Little tiny ones here and there I did. And not like this. She's beautiful. I like to get some jelly beans here sometime. Assorted ones. Fruity ones. If it's sugar-free, that's great. Fat-free. I'm ready to go home and eat, load this stuff up. I'm not in any hurry to upload the videos. I feel like I could talk forever. Maybe I ought to start live streaming. What do you think? Maybe I ought to have a day of live streaming and just do something. Maybe it's a way to connect with people. What do you think? Well, thank you, Michael, for bringing me to Esther Price and showing me. Uh-oh, we have something here.
Are you okay?
I am.
I just want to make sure you didn't need something.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I thought she was coming to get me. Is that our flower? No, not at all. Yada-dee-da. I like to do this too. I can't imagine having a car without. When it works. Sunroof. Moonroof. What do you call it? I love it. I used to kind of want like a rag top, but I don't. This is more me. I'm really learning the details of my life about what it is that Tracilyn likes, desires, prefers. I'm learning a lot about myself and what I'm hoping to connect with in the human race. I am starting to realize that ministry is what we make it. It doesn't have to be in a building. You can start with a camera. Start by ministering to ourselves. You know, I sing to myself, I talk to myself, and at some point I think it's intelligent for me, in this lifetime yet, to turn on the camera and start talking to Why? Because I'm hoping to connect with others who might think I'm funny, or just want to be kind. How's that? Maybe you're a bass player. Maybe you're a guitar player, drummer. Maybe you don't care what's between the legs. Can we forget about what's between the legs and just have a sense of humor? Do you like my music? It's important to me. It's what I want to do with the rest of my life. Play it. Share my life story, day to day. Tell the world. Motto every now and then. That's it. We're at a red light. Flip it around. See? And I'm getting ready to go home now. I think I shared enough. Some people would say too much. I say I wish I could limit myself, but it is challenging because I talk all the time. Timer says 26 minutes and 40 seconds, now 42, 43, 44. We were stuck here at a red light. I think I'm going to turn right. Can you turn right on red here? Opposite. I'm going to turn right, and then we'll turn around and come back down. I will probably turn this off very soon, since we're at a standstill. And go home, upload this, and I am hungry. I think I'm gonna make tomatoes, stewed tomatoes. I got, believe it or not, I got it at a pantry. What do you think of that? God's Grace here in Dayton has a, they provide, they're a distributor, and they provide food for people in need. Okay? If you're hungry right now and you live in the Dayton area, you ought to find a means to be able to attend. And they have a variety at different times, and they have some, like a Facebook like page. I liked it. You can check it out with my Facebook page, which is Tracilyn21. Originally it was going to be Tracilyn Michael, but nevertheless, there's fruits, vegetables, different things throughout the different locations that they do, and different, I guess it's different, whatever they receive, they distribute and give it away to others. And can I say, if anybody watches this, that I'm very, very thankful. It is making life more possible for me. Because right now, I gotta be honest, I'm living by God's grace. And it's much different than I would have hoped for. And I would have to say that sometimes we build ourselves up by listening to people preaching the gospel that is not realistic. Okay? I understand that life is what we believe it to be, but when people are preaching certain messages, you start to be convinced that maybe your dreams will become a reality. And I'm here to tell you, what you need to acknowledge is the visions of the life you desire, the person you want to be, the people you want to be around, things you desire to do, community you want to live in. These are the things that are very important, and not that you can't have big visions. I feel I do, and I think I need to connect with a lot of various people. And I gotta say, relationships, let's do one or two at a time. It can be quite challenging for me, I guess, because I'm the kind of sissy in a way that I understand that people a lot of times are in passing, but I would like to at least have one or two people in my life that are sort of consistent, you know? So I'm starting to reach out. I'm going to explain more about my ministry reach out and my perception as to why and how I go about doing what I'm doing. I know that people I would say don't appreciate me, can I tell you? In 2010, my dream was to have Tracilyn Ministries. Spelled Tracilyn. And you know what that was inspired by? Joyce Meyer's Ministries. I wanted to be like her. And though I knew that I wanted to do different things, I knew this. I was on fire for God myself. You think it was because of watching other people who were on fire for God? And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I wanted to it's music ministry. But I wasn't shy about sharing my life story as an escort or a transsexual female, which is things I'm going to get into here, because when I first came out here, I started off on the right foot, and things got all jumbled up. And it's time for me to decide to start taking responsibility in knowing that I have heart's desires that I want to fulfill. People are blowing their horn. Sorry. Tracilyn likes to take her time while other people are in a hurry to go now. What do you think? You hear him screaming at me? These are the things that I go through every once in a while. Why do you think that is? I don't know. You can leave a comment if you want. You heard that. I won't say anything. Love, grace, mercy, forgiveness. I'm moving forward. Now, here's the thing. Check this out. 2010, at least, I have it in document. I made a friend to pretend pamphlet. And I was thinking of taking an approach with my music and visiting hospitals, doing things with children, and outreach. Similar to that which I'd done, but understand, I don't want to play bar rooms. Don't get offended when I say that. I just wanted to be away from alcohol and stuff myself. Venture off into new ideas, venues through my experience of self-exploring, trying new things. I'm not saying I will never play in a bar room, okay? Please be patient with me. I know this during the time I knew I wanted to be in a family-oriented, fun environment, which might sooner or later end up being in a bar room, but preferably one that I'm okay with walking into, and when I'm willing to walk into. With that being said, I don't want to talk about much. By the way, we're here in the Oregon district, where I used to do a lot of street busking. And this is where I realized that I was being monitored very closely, whether through the cameras or via satellite. And I know the messenger who was watching me met me in Nashville. Ta-da! Did you like that? I also shot video footage for Bobby McGee. And up here is the bridge that I shot video for. My opener of My name is Tracilyn, and I stand at 6'2". I love to sing the blues. People look a little upset. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Let's focus on us. With that being said, on my way going home, I would like to say to you that back there and in Fountain Square, I realized that I'm being watched too close for comfort. Ever hear that television show? Too close for comfort. Nobody seemed to harm me, but recently, let's get down to it, especially when I go to bed at night, but when I'm in my studio, I realize that I'm getting what I would perceive as some kind of laser technology that might be invisible to the eye, but you can feel that somebody's rubbing something up and down your legs. With that being said, I wish there would be more people in this world that would come front and acknowledge that they also noticed that people are playing with their thoughts, communicating them or playing with them, trying to change your way of thinking, and also psychological gang stalking online because Facebook has been changing. Ooh, I just spoofed. What do you think? Here's the thing, check this out. Facebook has been changing my view counts on my videos. Why do you think they would do that? I have several thousand views on my music videos that I recently worked really hard on, and now I only have several hundred. Do I thank Facebook for that? What do you think about some people, a group of people, creating a social network that is a form of communication with the human race to the general public, and in a lot of cases become dependent in order to communicate with people they met on Facebook or in person? It's the way that they communicate. Do you think it's justified that they can play with their account? How would you feel if they changed the view counts on your videos and photos? How would you feel if you found out they removed friends from your friends list that were very important to you, but they were buried within the other friends list, and maybe for some time you didn't realize they were gone? It's not always the case of friends defriending you. Sometimes you've been defriended. What do you think of that? Is it possible? I wish they would stop it. And if there are lawyers and detectives out there, I wish you would take this message and video very serious, and that you would be part of the team to help govern what it is that they're doing to the general public. It's simply not conducive for supporting life. They're choking life from people. And I'm convinced it's for greedy alternatives. Their selfishness is hurting the lives of others. Alright, so here we go. We don't want to upset anybody else. Now here's the thing, check this out. Crossing the bridge. They're working on the bridge here over the river. I love the river. I'd love to meet with people by the river. There's some really nice parks here too. I love to go to the lakes. If you'd like to go to lakes, know this, I enjoy jet skiing. I enjoy just relaxing by waterways. I'm not much of a fisher person, but I guess I could kind of support you while you're doing it. I wouldn't want to put worms on a hook. But I could hang out, keep you company, maybe take my guitar along and sing. What do you think of that? Singing by the river. Can you fish it? I don't know if you can or not, I'm assuming. Don't take my word for it. They're doing real good surfing. And away we go. I'm thinking of doing live streaming. It would be nice if I could just, for a season of time, just drive around and talk. Maybe not forever, because I don't want to be distracted with the fact that music is my greatest passion. Music is my greatest passion. My music specifically. Up here's where I recorded the video for Illuminati. I'm getting ready to record some music videos again. I would really like to connect with others, specifically, that would enjoy being in my music video. Even if I could forward you one of the songs, and you would be willing to make video wherever you are, you know, with something I could upload to YouTube, know that I would appreciate that a lot. That would bring huge amounts of joy into my life if other people would want to be a part of my music projects. I have 4 more albums to record, and I got another 10 videos on top of it, so that's 50 most likely videos, at least 50 to 60 videos. Pretty extensive amount of work, and it would be really nice if other people would like to be a part of that. You know, maybe if you dance, or if you have whatever talent, or you want to show yourself doing something, you know, clean and innocent, family-oriented, connect with me. This is Dave. What do you think? and the river I love. There's the place. They had a festival on the hill. That's where I made my video for Illuminati. Harvest Freedom was over here too. Ta-da-da, right there. Bam! 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 You like that? You know, it gets kind of nervousness in me a little bit because I like to shoot video outside. I most certainly do not want to upset anybody, but I exercise my freedom in hopes that I do not, you know, upset anything. But man, I love to do my music and I like to see myself in action a lot. And beside what appears to be a Zot. What? Did you ever see that car? Is it 2.0T or is it Zot? It looks like a 2.0T. Now listen to me. I know somebody very closely since coming out here to Ohio with the name of Zot. 2, I've always said is magical. I have pictures to prove. T? I put T on my doorknob one day and I noticed an outbreak, manifestation. What do you think? Am I seeing things? You don't think the car industry, the automotive industry, would have created a Zot car, would you? Sure does appear to look that way. I'm not sure if there's one out there that's actually called Zot or not, but I know that one there was 2.0. T. Now why am I saying that? Who knows? I just said it. Let's see. I don't know if the post office is open. If I wait, I need to get home. I am hungry. When I get home, I am going to eat. Ouch. Okay, so anyway, I forget I got sidetracked talking about things. This is my post office. I should have stopped, see if I got mail, or check again in the near future. Let's go now. We're gonna turn. I don't know if they're open. Please be opened. Oh, a lot of people yelling at me today. So anyway, what I was saying is, in closure, I shared a lot of details about my life. I'm trying to heal, and I would like to get past, in all honesty, talking specifically about my past, especially in anything that would be perceived as negative. Now here's the thing. I can't help how other people perceive when I share things, you know? And I try to be as careful as I can about things, but the truth of the matter is if somebody's combing through like for hair lice with a magnifying glass, you're gonna find things, you're gonna make things up. And the truth of the matter is I'm only human, and I would say to people in the future that if you don't like the fact that I am a recording artist and I write about my life, if you don't like that I like to share my life through videos, then I guess, you know, maybe we're not meant to be in a relationship. And I'll do my best, you know, if I'm passing by, not to capture you on camera. I'll do my best. If you don't want to be in. But if you do, if you see me and you do, then come on up and let yourself be known. Say hi to everyone. Be nice to be around friendly people. Sometimes I think to myself, I don't know what that's like, but to be honest with you, that's why I'm going through my life story, is I don't want to be negative anymore. I believe I'm factual. I state facts. my perception and perceptions vary. What I learned from Patrick Swayze on Roadhouse. Remember that movie? I used to be a big fan of Patrick Swayze. I love the 50s, and Dirty Dancing movie was one of my favorite. Movies like Grease and stuff. And I always paid attention to actors that I really admired their work. And when in Roadhouse, he mentions always be nice and perceptions vary. Was that on Dirty Dancing or was that Roadhouse? What do you think? Do you remember? There was little tidbits that were said that I keep with me, I guess like most people. I was always seeking for answers. So it's, if you ever wanted to curl up with somebody, like myself, if you would ever want to curl up, if we're together, whoever you are, wherever you are, we give each other permission, know that that would be a movie that I can enjoy watching over and over again. But I'd rather not be lost in movies. I'd rather be making moments that are memorable, fascinating, spectacular. Okay, let's go in here quick. I don't know if it's on. Sometimes it seems that no matter what I try, things are always locked up. I just miss it. I got, let's see, Huber Heights, my job occupation at Walmart in 2011, and I already shared 2012 when I started busking. I don't want to repeat things over again. But then in 2014, I got my new apartment. It's locked. I don't know if the hours are on. I don't see no hours. No, wait, they might be inside. I don't see no hours. Some days that it's closed. At the post office, we don't know what hours they open and close, based on the time. Anyway, with that being said, I am going to let you go. I'm about ready to go home. Obviously, I like to drive slow. Not all the time. So when I go down the interstate, I like to go really fast. But when I'm on camera especially, I try to be careful, mindful. And the truth of the matter is, other people are in a hurry. They're going home from work, and they're saying, Tracilyn, will you please move along and get out of my way, or let me pass? And the answer is, sir, lady friend, whoever, yes you can. You have my permission and blessing, and I'm sorry. I'm going to take tomorrow off to review some of my video footage. We're at 49 minutes and 3 seconds, 4 seconds. If you don't like watching long videos, then I might not be the person for you. I am not for everybody. However, know that I am, in a sense, in the fact that I am human with a heartbeat. I love to love, and I have great music. And I'm funny at times. You never know, it's unexpected what's going to happen in the now. To me, that's funny. To you, it may be absolutely ridiculously, stupidly absurd, and you just want to click me off. Do it now. Hold on a minute. This is Tracilyn, known as VCAT. The V stands for victory. Like the flower? Forgiveness. Moonroof? Beautiful sky. I'm sweating. The sun's shining. The trees are green. The lights are on. And here's the thing. I want to learn to get along. I need some relationships to channel some love into. This way. Know this. I am sexed out in the fact that I am not the kind of person that if you want to get with, expect most likely that I'm not going to give in to intimacy all that quick. Not because I've been hurt. How about this? I'll be honest. More so than not, it seems that the world around us sometimes, that's what they desire the most. I don't. Know that I'm different. Very different. Why don't you grace some words my way and find out? Know this, I pay attention. It's not hard to spot somebody who's unique. When I was an adult entertainer, I could tell within the first few seconds if it was somebody I was interested in. I could tell in less than a minute whether or not I would want to invite them into my presence. You can tell that with the words that they use. Be kind, be respectful, and know that I may be testy. And it's okay if you're testy. Now, if this is not for you, then do yourself a favor, peacefully. You know what I'm ready to do. Turn it off.